What's up, guys? Welcome back to the MA Sports Podcast. I'm Michael and my co-host Angelo, and today we're going to be talking about the Giants and Jets draft picks for the upcoming
Um,
draft and what we think. So,
yeah, I mean this is the only thing I have to be excited about as a Jets fan now.
yeah,
So
me too, me too. So, obviously, everyone, Giants fan base is asking, or I feel like everyone's asking if we stick with Jones, and if we get that high of a draft pick, I feel like if we move up, right now I think we're five.
yeah, if the
Five?
Jets lose
Yeah,
to the Pats,
there's a lot
then
of
you're
yeah,
four, and you have an outside chance at two. But
yeah. That's a long shot. But I feel like if we get up to four, we consider if there's a good quarterback that we have on the table, I think we take him. Even though I wouldn't be upset with getting another weapon like Malik Neighbors. I mean, ridiculous season. He's had 1,500 yards, 14 TDs. I mean, he's had a ridiculous season for LSU with Jaden Daniels throwing the ball, of course. But
I mean, you might have a shot at Marvin Harrison, and at that point, you have to take him.
a lot of the mock, I mean, obviously, I'd love to take Marvin Harrison, but a lot of the mocks are showing him going. And Brock Bowers just declared for the draft, so that's a huge addition to
Yeah,
the pool. So yeah, but I mean, I would take if we get that high. I'm taking a guy like Drake May, Caleb Williams. I mean, you've talked about it, Michael Penix. If he's there, I mean,
yo,
he,
he's a dog.
he is.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even Jaden Daniels, the Heisman. I mean, I feel like he's being kind of slept on. Uh,
nah, he's rising boards, and
he's
then
yeah,
after his he'll have a great combine, and then he'll rise more. Dude, he's going to be in the top three conversation for quarterbacks. There's a lot of good QBs this year coming out, so we'll see how they all fall. But
yeah. But I'm
a
I'm
lot of
very
ties
excited
there,
as a Giants fan. I'm very excited. I bet you are
as you
too.
should be.
Yeah. So any
Yeah.
picks for you?
Um. So with Rodgers committing another year, I can't see them taking a quarterback because you're going to be in full win now mode again. If Penix is there, I would obviously love him, but I I don't think you can do it. I think you need to draft for right now, and right now the biggest need is the offensive line. So if you can get someone like Fashanu from Penn State, 6'6",
Yeah.
317, could be a stable left tackle. Even Joe Alt from Notre Dame, he's 6'8", 322, dude. He's known as a blue chip prospect in this draft process. So either of those two guys, I feel like if they're there, you probably have to pull the trigger. They'll be around best player available and a need. And I don't believe in just drafting for need because that's how you screw yourself up, dude. You have to take best player available. And it's like you said, like the Giants, if they're picking high, one of those quarterbacks is definitely best player available. So even if you might be able to stick it out with Jones for a couple more years,
Yeah.
it's best player available becomes a need because you never know when you're going to need that position in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and then in the same vein, I would also really love Brock Bowers. I think we're going to be in a position where he's there and you do need a tackle, but Brock Bowers will probably be that best player available. He's maybe the best tight end prospect I've ever seen. I think he's better than Pitts, dude. He can block way better than Pitts, and he's shown way more college tape than Pitts. He's been doing this for years now, since he was a true freshman, and just lighting it up. He could really step in and be a top tight end in the league instantly, which is more than you can say about a lot of guys.
Yeah, that's true. Brock Bowers. I mean, they're putting him up as top five at least in the on the board so far. But
And he should be.
I
I'm
mean,
fine with
Kyle Pitts. Respectfully to Kyle Pitts, he doesn't get used in Atlanta. Like let's be honest, he does not get used in Atlanta like he
no,
should. For that high of a
no.
draft pick, he
And
doesn't.
you can tell even with some of the plays he makes, like, dude, he's a real athlete. He can do incredible things.
Yeah,
And you're right, he doesn't get used right. But in sense of blocking, he's really not a high level blocker. Like he's kind of a
he's more of
glorified receiver.
a yeah he's a more
Yeah. Kind
receiving.
of like you said,
Yeah,
Evan Ingram.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but any other picks for the Jets? Any other like people to keep your eye on?
Listen, I would narrow it down to those three guys. Obviously, neighbors, like you said, could be
Yeah.
a pick. Like Lazard is not a number two receiver, and you want to get that help from Rodgers. But I do think that we get Devontae. Like I'm not even joking. I think we probably get Devontae in the offseason. I don't think we use this year's pick on it. I think we go heavy into draft capital next year. maybe a couple young players on the defense, a couple defensive linemen, Um, but I think Devontae Adams is coming to New York, so that in my mind just kind of eliminates the receiver need. Um, Obviously, that's like not something I could just pencil in right now. If he's not here, Neighbors could definitely be in that discussion, or depending on how high we draft, maybe you can look at a trade up for Marvin Harrison. He is that good, but like, how much capital do you want to give away for that? I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of the question is obviously how the Giants feel about sticking with Jones another year. I mean, I'm not terribly opposed to sticking with Jones here. I feel like he didn't really get as he's had two serious injuries, obviously. And if we
Yeah.
do get a quarterback, would we let him develop behind Jones? Which I'm not opposed to at all. It's worked for Jordan Love. It's worked for Tom Brady. It's worked for a lot of great quarterbacks. And
Mm,
I'm glad if say I feel like Michael Penix is a little too old to do that for, but someone like
Michael Penix is pro ready. Yeah.
yeah, he's a little too old to do that for. But like, if we get a guy like maybe Drake May, Caleb Williams, I mean, I think Caleb Williams is also pro ready. But Drake May, Jane Daniels, especially, I feel like those type of guys, maybe 1 or 2 years to develop behind Daniel Jones. I wouldn't be mad at it.
I mean, here's my concern with that, and I get where you're coming from, but my concern with that is that these guys that you talked about that developed were developing behind great quarterbacks. And is Daniel Jones really a great quarterback? No, like he's not even top 15 if we're being honest. So, how much is the development really going to go? Plus, a lot of that is coaching too. And personally, I just don't trust this Giants coaching staff. I don't think they'll be here at this point in time next season. They did a really, really horrible job considering expectations this year. And I know guys went down, but just the team giving up so many different games and
Yeah.
situational coaching, like in that Jets game, um, I don't think the staff will be here next year. So I don't know if developing a guy is really the option, but anything is possible. And like you said, there's situations where it worked. I just think that in those situations, guys have developed behind really solid, like top quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes, but I'm really excited for this draft. I bet you are too, as a Jets fan. I mean, it's
Oh
been a
yeah.
very disappointing year for the both of us. Obviously,
Hmm.
Rodgers and all the injuries with you, but yeah, I think once again just really looking forward to the draft in the future next year. So anything to add?
No, I mean we're gonna have a lot of draft content for you guys coming up, combine recaps, everything like that. Maybe we can even stink in a mock one of these days. What do you
Yeah,
think?
definitely.
Yeah, as it gets closer. But like, stay tuned with us for the draft because we'll have a lot of info for you guys. And yeah, it's going to be more fun as we get down to it. And the draft is always a great time. You're
Yeah.
always in it. Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace